This show is brought to you by the Chiropractic Broadcast Network. Check us out on the web at chiropracticbroadcastnetwork.com. And hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Tuning into Health. My name is Dr. Chad Rohlfsen, and this is episode, I believe, what is it, 163? I think so. I'm not sure. Let me check on that real quick. Anyway, we got a lot of interesting news for you this week. Well, sort of the second part of this week, anyway. Gosh. Let's see. What episode is this? This is episode... Come on. 163. That's it. All right. Right out of the gate here, we got 10 painkiller facts your doctor doesn't know about. How come? Because he's not a pharmacist, that's why. High fructose corn syrup consumption by adolescents may put them at cardiovascular risk. This is in the mainstream news, folks. This is kind of a big attack on high fructose corn syrup. I don't mind seeing that, I'll tell you that. Household chemicals make vaccines less effective. Wow, wish we would have known that a long time ago. What else do they don't know about? Oh, get this. Abortion's safer than giving birth, but nobody asked the kid. Napping may help you with blood pressure management. Imagine that. Calming down and actually relaxing enough to fall asleep will help lower your blood pressure. Creepy antidepressant side effects still being hidden. Talking about Prozac, folks. We got some stuff for you, including a new Twitter account. Yep, we got Twitter now at Spinal Tuning. Twitter.com/Spinal Tuning. So that and more on this edition of Tuning into Health. To episode 163 of Tuning into Health. My name is Dr. Chad Rohlfsen from little old Des Moines, Iowa, and we are here right at the Spinal Tuning Center's studios. Kind of cool I can call this, isn't it? So, well, anyway, yeah, weird time with the kids and all this type of stuff. We've got kids that have had, let's say, health expressions. So 24 to 36 hour fevers, blah, 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 which turned into a little bit of croup cough, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it happens in our family. The only thing is different when it happens to our family is we don't undercut the immune response by trying to give them Tylenol or anything like that. So, yeah, they're bouncing back here in the last couple days. But I tell you what, when the 1-year-old gets the croupy cough and is ticked off about it, you tend not to get any sleep. So yeah, it's been a little rough for us anyway. So well, thank God they're not on any antidepressants. If you noticed television commercials by law firms stating that if you've taken Prozac, if you've taken Zoloft, blah blah blah, any antidepressants lately, you can sue the company. Yay! So they're doing these class action lawsuits against antidepressants makers. Well, creepy antidepressant side effects still being hidden. This is from thepeopleschemist.com. So why does it feel like there? That's why. I had the second mic off or on, so that's why it sounded echoey. Creepy antidepressant side effects still being hidden. It's the things you can't see that count most in life, whether it's the industrious toxins lurking in tap water or Monsanto's genetically modified seeds being blown across the precious farmland. The damage isn't seen until it's too late. Lives are ruined, and corporate gooders are speeding off in a getaway car. Middle finger in air. That's exactly what happened with Prozac. Now, you got to take this in context. This is a guy who used to work for the pharmaceutical industry as a chemist. And he now has the website called thepeopleschemist.com and gives you a lot of great tips, really some great tips. There's a great cleanse that he gives on there. It's called the Buck 41 Cleanse. And tell you what, folks, it works. So are we making drugs to treat disease or emotions? When I worked for the drug giant as a young, naive chemist, Prozac fluoxetine was being marketed to correct chemical imbalance, which they cannot objectively prove. Sales raked in enough to profit to solve world hunger for decades to come, Newsweek hailed it as the breakthrough drug for depression. I thought it was ridiculous. Breakthrough for depression? That's an emotion, not an illness. That's a good point. I never really thought of that. They've named an emotion disease, and it's totally bogus. Plus, it's going to be better than the Mountain Dew or oatmeal cream pies. What about beer or wine? Heck, does it beat the thickly rolled joint of a Volkswagen-loving hippie? What about XTC or GHB? I don't know what that is, to tell you the truth. Sorry about that. My college roommates, it's probably a drug. My college roommates were pretty damn happy taking those drugs, and nobody called them breakthrough. Just awesome. I didn't need to try Prozac to know it wasn't going to help me when I got depressed. Like every time I looked at the big taxes being taken out of my paycheck, studies proved it sucked. The chemical imbalance theory was only a theory, and the research underscored this fact when the leading journals published it. It's certainly wrong, and why, for every patient who experienced the benefits of Prozac, thousands, if not tens of thousands, suffered, and many didn't live to tell about it. Dude, this is a guy who was in the know. For those who are experienced with proven results, I'm grateful. Depression is a real bitch, but you, like everyone else, needs to understand that risks involved, which are being hidden. Eli Lilly developed Prozac in the 1970s. The first testing was performed on dogs and cats. Every trial showed that it caused aggression amongst those normally calm and friendly animals, as could be seen by increasing hissing and growling. When the animals are taken off the drugs, they turn to their usually friendly behavior. Prozac prospects were bleak, but a loophole was devised to get them more positive results. Future research allowed for dropouts and sedatives. So this is going to be on Facebook.com/Rohlfsen. If anybody that you know has the emotion of depression, send them to Facebook.com/Rohlfsen. And I tell you what, there's some pretty important stuff that is going to be expressed there. Okay. Hey, how about this? Napping. This is from Science Daily. Napping may help with blood pressure management. Daytime sleep could have cardiovascular benefits, according to a new research by Ryan Brindle and Sarah Coughlin, PhD, from Allegheny College in Pennsylvania in the U.S. Their study looking at the effects of daytime nap on cardiovascular recovery following stressful tests. Found that these participants who slept for at least 45 minutes during the day had lower average blood pressure after psychological stress than those who did not sleep. Imagine that. Do I want to do this right now? No, I'll do that one later on. Household chemicals can make vaccines less effective. This comes from modernmedicine.com. Household chemicals, such as those found in non-stick cookware, food packaging, and fabrics, even microwave popcorn bags, which I didn't know about until about a week ago, can reduce the immune response to routine childhood immunizations. So can breastfeeding, by the way. According to a new study results, the more children are exposed to perfluorinated perfluorinated compounds, PFCs, perfluorinated compounds, PFCs, the less likely they are to have a good immune response to vaccinations. The study is the first to link PFCs to immune problems in children. PFCs don't break down easily and persist in the environment for years, and they have been common everywhere in the world and exist in humans and animals. Animal studies have shown that PFCs can weaken the immune system. Wow. Isn't that the reason why we have so much cancer, is because the immune system is so down? High fructose corn syrup. I hate it. By adolescents may put them at cardiovascular risk. Analysis of 559 adolescents ages 14 to 18 correlated high fructose corn syrup diets with higher blood pressure, fasting glucose, insulin resistance, inflammatory factors that contribute to heart and vascular disease. Heavy consumers of the mega sweetener also tend to have lower levels of cardiovascular protectors, such as HDL cholesterol and Adenopaticin, according to researchers at the Medical College of Georgia. Adiponectin, adiponectin. That's how I would pronounce that. And remember, I'm just reading this for the first time as I'm giving it to you. I peruse it to see if it might be interesting, and it can be interesting. So it's very important to provide a healthy, balanced, high-quality food for our children. But what is that? Because even bread, wheat bread, contains high fructose corn syrup. And pay close attention to the fructose, sucrose that you're consuming in their home or anybody else's. This is from the Journal of Nutrition. Get this. Abortion is safer than giving birth, says a study, but nobody asked the kid. This comes from Reuters Health. And even my pro-choice liberal friends are even outraged at this article. But getting illegal abortion is much safer than giving birth, suggests a new U.S. study published Monday. Researchers found that women were 14 times more likely to die during or after giving birth to a live baby than to die from complications of an abortion. Experts say the findings, though not unexpected, contradict some of the state laws that suggest that abortions are higher risk procedures. Again, they're not putting it into the right context. It's not safer for the baby. I'm just saying. I'm saying. 10 painkiller facts your doctor doesn't know about. This is cool. This is a good article. I have it online right now at facebook.com/Rohlfsen. You're more than welcome to check it out. And well, by now, you know that the painkiller Vioxx is deadly. That wasn't always the case. Prior to its release, the New York Times told patients that 2 large drug companies say that they have developed a new class of drugs that can relieve pain and inflammation without gastrointestinal side effects of current drugs. Advertising in disguise, the new painkillers were positioned as a safer alternatives for 13 million Americans who took Tylenol and non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen, naproxen, other types. The article cleverly pointed out that among NSAID users, 76,000 are hospitalized each year for ulcers caused by the drugs, that about 10% of those die. 7,600 people die from those ulcers, from the medications. And about 1 in 3 people who take the drug for long periods of time end up with gastrointestinal bleeding. Large studies have found no complications with the new drugs. That was a quote. Dr. David Graham, he was the whistleblower in the FDA that they went after big time, testified that Vioxx elicited 55,000 premature deaths from heart attacks and stroke during its reign as the safer alternative. So, fact number 1, childhood overdose is far too common, especially with Tylenol and stuff like that. Painkillers are unadulterated with the cancer-causing toxins. Adulterated with the cancer-causing toxins. Tylenol, Motrin, Benadryl, Sudafed contain trace amounts of cancer-causing compounds, such as mannitol, lactose, sorbitol, sucrose, inositol. Liver and kidney damage is common. According to the American Association, the study of liver diseases, 50,000 people a year are treated in emergency rooms for serious liver and kidney damages caused by Tylenol and NSAIDs. Motrin causes more headaches. Motrin side effects include constipation, diarrhea, dizziness, gas, and headache. How can they do that? I don't understand that. Tylenol causes headaches and more. Tylenol side effects include constipation, diarrhea, dizziness, drowsiness, excitability, headache, loss of appetite, nausea, nervous and anxiety, trouble sleeping, upset stomach, and vomiting and weakness. Pick any 6 of those, and you'll ask yourself, if you really want all that happening at the same time? Hey, listen, I've caught people taking 17 of those things a day. Fact 6, experts are no longer recommending aspirin. According to the Wall Street Journal, medical experts say that some people who are taking aspirin on a regular basis should think about stopping. So the concern is that aspirin side effects, which include bleeding ulcers, might outweigh the potential benefits. Fact number 7, Tylenol is #1 cause of liver failure. So according to Dr. Gerard Dalpan, director of the FDA's Office of Surveillance and Epidemiology, Tylenol and acetaminophen overdose is the #1 cause of acute sudden liver failure in the United States, but they do nothing. Fact 8, it's easy for adults to overdose. Discussing the overdose potential of common painkillers, Dr. Pan says, much easier than you think. He explains that anyone on a diet suffering from long-term pain or drinking alcohol or caffeine regularly and taking suggested dose of acetaminophen, including Tylenol, Lorbitin, or Percocet, or Vicodin, is at risk for suffering liver damage over time. Fact 9, babies don't take aspirin to avoid a heart attack. Taking a baby aspirin, even though an adult one won't save you from heart disease. Taking a baby aspirin or even an adult one won't save you from heart disease. In fact, as shown the over-counter natural cures, it will decrease your chances of survival. If you want to learn a real way to avoid heart disease and stroke, pick up a copy of the book at Amazon.com, Target, Walmart, or anywhere else that books are sold. So, okay. Fact 10, OxyContin kills more people than crack cocaine and heroin combined. Sorry, folks, I can't talk today. I'm a little punch drunk, and my head's hot because it's warm here in Iowa. So don't go in the global warming crap because it won't work on me. So I think I'm going to come back with the Mr. Clean look after this. Attention small business owners. Are your marketing materials looking stale? Does the expense of hiring an advertising company just make you cringe? Let Cinnamon Rost with 1809 Design discover your company's unique personality and help you find a design that fits your business and attracts your customers. Working one-on-one with a professional designer means you'll receive a quality finished product quicker and for a lower price. From logos to business cards and flyers to banners, 1809 Design looks forward to helping you with your next marketing endeavor. Visit 1809design.com or call 515-989-1809 today.
We love our chiropractor, and I've got 3 great reasons why. First, there are no appointments, which is great for my busy life. Second, we don't waste a lot of time sitting in a waiting room. Dr. Chad actually respects our time and schedule. Third, we get unlimited care at a low fixed monthly fee. That's right, my family's care is based on our needs, not the insurance company's ability to pay. You can love your chiropractor too, and your first adjustment at the Spinal Tuning Center is free. The Spinal Tuning Center is conveniently located on Merle Hay Road, right off Interstate 80. Find out more at spinaltuning.com. or call 727-4000.
And
Tuning into Health with Dr. Chad.
That's right, we're back. And I'm bald. What the heck happened there, huh? No, I'm sorry. I'm going to blind people. There's something wrong with my webcam because it's overexposing, so I got to figure that problem out. But until then, I'm going to blind you with science. Anyway, hey, years back, I had Angela Clark on the show, and she brought in some organic chocolate and some coconut oil. Coconut oil, basically, it's better for you than you think. Remember, not long ago, well, maybe a decade ago, they were scathing about the movie industry and how the movie theaters would use coconut oil to butter the popcorn and everything. Well, it turns out that coconut oil is really good for you. In fact, there's a there's a little video I wanted to show you because it talks about coconut oil's role with Alzheimer's, which is really surprising to me. So, which I bet if it had results with Alzheimer's, it probably have some results with Parkinson's as well. So I've got some patients that I need to be sharing this video with. And so I thought I'd share it with you. Here you go.
Steve Newport's Alzheimer's disease has slowed considerably. Some of his symptoms even reversed, thanks to an unlikely treatment prescribed by his wife, Dr. Mary Newport, a physician who runs a neonatology ward at a Tampa, Florida hospital. She became determined to help her husband after he failed the so-called Alzheimer's clock test.
He drew a few little circles and several numbers just in a very random pattern, didn't really look anything like a clock. And the doctor pulled me aside and she said, you know, he's actually on the verge of severe Alzheimer's at this point. He's beyond moderate. So that was very, very devastating news.
Dr. Newport began learning everything she could about her husband's disease.
It appears to be a type of diabetes of the brain. And it's a process that starts happening at least 10 or 20 years before you start having symptoms. And it's very similar to type 1 or type 2 diabetes in that you develop
don't forget the aluminum accumulation.
In this case, insulin problems prevent brain cells from accepting glucose, their primary fuel. Without it, the cells eventually die. But there is an alternative fuel, ketones, which the cells easily accept. Ketones are metabolized in the liver after you eat medium-chain triglycerides, which are found in coconut oil. So Dr. Newport added coconut oil to Steve's diet. Just 2 weeks later, he took the clock test again and, as you can see, demonstrated stunning improvement.
I thought at the time, was it just good luck? Was it a lot of prayer? Was it the coconut oil? And I thought, well, we're going to keep the coconut oil going.
Then 3 weeks later, he took the clock test a third time and continued to get better. And it wasn't just intellectually, he also improved emotionally and physically.
He was not able to run. He was able to run again. He couldn't read for about 1.5 years. But after somewhere around 2 or 3 months, he was able to read. Instead of being very sluggish, not talking very much in the morning, he would come out, you know, with energy and talkative and joking, and he could find his water and his utensils.
Dr. Newport documented Steve's success in a book called Alzheimer's Disease, What If There Was a Cure? She received this stack of thank you letters from other people whose loved ones' Alzheimer's was helped after they followed Steve's diet. And while coconut oil is encouraging, there's actually something much more powerful. A team of biochemists led by Professor Kieran Clark at England's Oxford University have developed a ketone ester that packs a punch 10 times greater than coconut oil.
It reaches quite considerably higher levels, and you can get whatever levels you want depending on how much you drink.
The problem is they need millions of dollars to mass produce it.
very expensive. And so we can't make very much of it ourselves. And what we would like is funding so that we could actually scale up and make it. But of course, there's no real profit in manufacturing stuff like that.
So until a high-potency ketone ester is available to the general public, coconut oil is still a good ketone source. Just make sure it's pure, non-hydrogenated. Avoid any hydrogenated oil, which is the same thing as dangerous trans fat. Many people avoid coconut oil because they think it's bad for them, but it's actually very healthy. Dr. Beverly Teeter is a researcher at the University of Maryland who specializes in dietary fats. She says years ago, coconut oil was criticized for raising cholesterol, but scientists have since learned there are two kinds of cholesterol, LDL, the bad kind, and HDL, which is very good for you and is the kind coconut oil raises.
So they put out the message that it increased serum cholesterol, but the truth of the matter was it was helping the profile of the serum cholesterol. That never has been corrected in the public press, and I think that's the reason people have misconceptions about it.
So not only does coconut oil improve your cholesterol levels, Dr. Teeter says the way it helps the brains of some Alzheimer's patients can be extended to people with Parkinson's disease, ALS, epilepsy, dementia, even schizophrenia and autism. And one more thing, coconut oil is a natural antibiotic that also helps kill viruses like HIV and herpes viruses.
But the coconut oil tends to keep the bacteria down so that if you're assaulted with the virus, your immune system can concentrate on the virus. It doesn't have to concentrate on 27 other bacteria that you may have been exposed to that day.
So consider coconut oil to improve your overall health and perhaps even go so far as to stave off life-threatening diseases.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Lori Johnson, CBN News.
Well, that's cool. I went through 3/4 of that video, so the last part is good too. So I'm glad they mentioned Parkinson's and everything. And yeah, definitely, I'm going to be mentioning that to some of my practice members that have Parkinson's as well. More men are more likely to develop mild cognitive problems. They're more likely than women to develop the cognitive problems. And without memory problems, researchers have found. In a cohort of older individuals living in Olmsted County, Minnesota, 1 in every 5 was cognitively normal at the baseline, developed mild cognitive impairments within 3 or 4 years. Got to read that again. About 1 in every 5 who was cognitively normal at the baseline developed mild cognitive impairment within 3 or 4 years, according to Rosebud reports at Mayo Clinic. Compared with women, men had higher rates of both amnestic MCI, which involves the memory deficit, the non-amnestic impairment, which does not, the researchers reported in the January 31st issue of Neurology. It's not out yet. It's coming out here in a little bit. Excuse me one second. Got to sneeze. Yeah. Woofda. Thank goodness for the sneeze button. I love a good sneeze. Hey, get this. Shrooms, magic mushrooms, they may help treat depression. Wow. Imagine that. A study included 30 healthy people that had basically these mushrooms inserted into their blood with magnetic resonant imaging scanners, measured the changes in their brain according to the activity. The scans revealed that the psilocybin, I think that's it's psilocybin, bin, caused decreased activity in what researchers described as the brain's hub regions, areas especially well connected with other areas. That study was published in this week's issue of Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Guess what? 30-somethings, no flu shots for most late 30-somethings during the swine flu outbreak. Yep, evidently there's 2 people that have died from the swine flu lately. Might be a few months old, but the peak season is yet to come, and new research has found that the large number of people at risk may still be refusing to protect themselves. Flu normally hits hardest in January, February, and the infectious disease specialists say that so far this season has been very mild, but there are reports that 9 people have died from swine flu. 9. Okay, in Mexico. I heard it was 2 in Indiana. Where the first swine flu outbreak began back in 2009, ultimately claiming 17,000 lives worldwide. Despite knowing how potentially deadly the swine flu is, a new report has found that only 20% of adults in their late 30s said that they got the flu shot during the 2009 outbreak. So, and you know what? My kids, like right now, are going through some little health challenges with the little 24-hour fevers and the stomach bug, which is going around, which even got my mom. There's nothing you can do to protect that against it. You got to basically build up your body's immune system and let the process take hold and let your body become stronger because of it. So having a fever is not a bad thing, folks. It primes your immune system, and that's what might be happening right now in all rational thought, that your bodies are, there's a lot of stuff going on right now with people with fevers and chills and everything. You're priming yourself up for this eventual flu season that hits at January, February. So, study of freakish mystery illness finds no cause. This comes from Yahoo News, Atlanta. Imagine having a feeling that tiny bugs are crawling on your body, that you have oozing sores or mysterious fibers sprouting from your skin. Sound like a horror movie? Well, at one point several years ago, government doctors were getting up to 20 calls a day. Government doctors get up to 20 calls a day from people saying that they had such symptoms. Government doctors. What are those? Many of these people were in California, and one of its state's U.S. senators, Dianne Feinstein, asked for a scientific study. In 2008, federal health officials began to study people saying that they were affected by this freakish condition called Morgellons. The study cost nearly $600,000. Its long-awaited results released Monday and Wednesday to conclude that Morgellons exists only in the patient's minds. We found no infectious cause. Mark Erber, Centers for Disease Control, the same people that hired Bill Bibb, and prevention officials, who was part of the 15-member study team. So it's all in your mind. How about toxic chemicals that they could be applying? I don't know. And I'm not too sure about the chemtrails and all that type of stuff, but yeah, if they're having psychic effects like that, psychological effects like that, maybe that might be the case. Heartburn meds won't help, may even harm kids with asthma. I see this all the time. Children with asthma don't have heartburn and other signs of gastroesophageal reflux. Don't get additional asthma control from acid-reducing medications, according to new research. It blew my mind when I heard that. First person come in and their child was on heartburn medication. For what? Asthma. What? So isn't that off-label and isn't that dangerous? Yeah, according to this study, this will be up at facebook.com/Rohlfsen. It's dangerous. Hey, we got a new Twitter account at Spinal Tuning. So not only are we at C. Rohlfsen, but Spinal Tuning, and we're going to use that to promote the practice a lot with some great nuggets of info as well. So on that note, let's get right back to it right after this.
Do you have itchy, dry skin? Struggling with acne, eczema, asthma, or other health problems? Or maybe you're just looking for a safer, natural alternative to cleaning and skincare products. Maybe it's finally time for you to make the switch. What do I mean? A vast majority of skincare and cleaning products today contain toxic synthetic ingredients that are having a devastating effect on our health and our skin. But there is a better way. At Genuinely Pure, it's our mission to provide 100% natural and safe products that you'll absolutely love, and provide them at affordable prices. We offer a full line of products for the body, face, home, and baby, all full of pure plant-based organic ingredients to nourish, heal, and rejuvenate your skin. So now are you ready to make the switch? Come check us out on the web at genuinelypure.com. Find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Place an online order with the promo code Dr. Chad to save 10% off your purchase. Make the switch to Genuinely Pure today.
When you're looking for a new home, why not seek the counsel of friends who happen to know the housing market better than all the rest? Mike and Holly Taylor with Iowa Realty can answer all questions related to securing a mortgage and provide valuable information that is important to your family. Mike and Holly will provide you with a detailed summary of area schools, nearby amenities, and all the testimonials from the people that they have served. Call Mike or Holly at 453-6011. That's 453-6011 to start looking for your new home today. And you are tuning into Health with Dr. Chad. Oh, yes, it's true. Okay, what's your thoughts about conspiracy theories? You know, you hear about the FEMA camps and all that type of stuff. You don't know what to believe. You see Google maps of these massive camps that are around the United States, and they have body containers for, you know, burying the dead and all that type of stuff. And part of me says, you know what, maybe 9/11 was kind of a wake up to our country, that if a natural disaster or any nasty disaster does happen, you need to have a way to contain the dead bodies and all that type of stuff. You need to have a way to control a population so it doesn't go into anarchy. So, but I don't know with this whole 2012 thing. I don't know if it's in people's minds that it's the end of the world, or if the Mayans were right. I kind of think that they ran out of space on the stone, if you know what I mean. I have no idea. Yet I don't want to speculate, yet I don't want to cause panic. But when I see stuff, you know, and, you know, the problem with such an open society with a freedom of information, you get so much information, you just don't know what to believe. So one of those things is Monsanto. I've been hearing some more things about Monsanto. Monsanto Depopulation UN Agenda 21. So I don't know. Let's take a look at this and see if it has any credibility.
The objective of Monsanto is clear. Monsanto has become the largest seed company in the world. Monsanto is in the process of buying up all the seeds of the world, which they then want to patent and control, so that farmers will not be able to save those seeds. And they want to genetically engineer those seeds, and they want to put something called Terminator technology in those seeds. And this has those seeds create suicide after one growing season, so that farmers cannot save those seeds. So what Monsanto's really after is controlling all the seeds of the earth and making sure that the farmers of the earth cannot save those seeds. This becomes extremely important when you realize that 80% of all the farmers of the world depend on seed saving for their survival. So if Monsanto is able, either through patenting or through this Terminator technology, to destroy their ability to save seeds, the result will be mass starvation.
What do you think about that when you hear about that stuff? I generally just don't know what to think. It gets a little perplexing. Okay, on with the news. Oklahoma lawmakers wants to stop Pepsi from using aborted fetal cells in soda flavoring research. What? This is from naturalnews.com. In order to stimulate various flavors of the processing foods, some of the food manufacturers are actually using aborted fetal cells to test and produce these artificial chemical enhancers that millions of Americans consume every single day. Concerned with the ethical and moral implications such as processing, Oklahoma State Ralph Shortley has introduced new legislation to prohibit this practice from occurring in his home state. Wow. Cenomix, a California-based biotechnical company, specializes in developing food flavorings, is one such company that uses aborted fetal cells to create the isolated human taste receptors, which are used in the production of food chemicals. Wow. Well, people don't seem to use it and mind it in their vaccines, and those cells are directly injected into the bloodstream of their children. Why should they care about it in their soda? Used in the soda manufacturing. Anyway. Hey, optimum vitamin D blood saturation reduces all-cause mortality by nearly 30%. The importance of vitamin D for human health has been a topic of extensive research over the past decade. Suboptimal levels of prohormone are known to compromise immunity, cardiovascular health, bone health, normal metabolism, and the result of a new meta-analysis study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that adequate circulating vitamin D reduces the risk of all-cause mortality by 29%. Vitamin D has been shown to provide a blueprint required for the DNA healthy replication of cellular structures. Well, cool for vitamin D. Get out in the sunshine, folks. That's your best source of vitamin D if you ever have to do whole food supplementation. Here's something I didn't know. Microwave popcorn bag chemicals ruin vaccine efficacy. What? Group of compounds used in a variety of products, including water-resistant clothing. I already did this story. Sorry, this had a different headline, but I didn't know microwave popcorn bag chemicals ruin vaccine efficacy. Scientist plays down danger of flu strain. Okay, this bonehead in Washington, he's a virologist, created a more contagious form of the bird flu and did not produce a highly lethal superflu, as the Dutch team famously and controversial did last year, according to the leader of Wisconsin team. Why are they even creating this stuff? Oops, sorry. It's a bunch of frickin' Urkels walking around going, did I do that? Why are they doing this? I'll have that on Facebook.com/Rohlfsen. Frying with oil. Fried foods. Okay for the heart, a study finds. Now, there's a caveat to it. It's olive and sunflower oil. If fried in that, it's good. Researchers in Spain have come to some good news to people who enjoy eating fried foods. Cooking in olive or sunflower oil is not linked to heart disease or premature death, because heart attack risk factors such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and obesity have been linked to eating fried foods. The study authors decided to investigate the association. So, olive and sunflower oil, good for you. It's great because I love sunflower seeds. Also, olive oil, too. Ongoing investigations into David Lewis refute fraud findings of Dr. Andrew Wakefield. The well-known whistleblower calls for the withdrawal of British Medical Journal articles alleging fraud. Excuse me 1 second. Yeah, my voice is going because I haven't drank enough today. So that's ongoing. And now the British Medical Journal is getting sued, plus Brian Deere. So I've talked about that in past shows and whatnot. Calcium controversy explained. People taking a lot of calcium supplements, I've not been in favor of that because it's calcium buildup in the arteries and whatnot. And also, your body will get rid of excess. So you've got to give your bones a reason to uptake the calcium, for one thing, and you got to give it magnesium and some other binders that are important. So vitamin K2 is an important vitamin that helps with that. So popping calcium pills may become the norm in our culture where osteoporosis has become pervasive. Yet we consume the highest amount of calcium supplementation in the world, yet we have the highest amount of osteoporosis in the world, which is, yeah. But in recent years, research points to the calcium supplements posing a danger to the heart health. We're left to wonder, is calcium beneficial or dangerous? There's little doubt that the calcium plays many key roles in our health, but the latest research clarifies that the calcium alone is not the answer. Many leading experts say that vitamin K12, I'd say magnesium too, is the missing link to the calcium puzzle. That will be on Facebook.com/Rohlfsen. Let me finish it out with this, because there's 7 most alkaline foods that you can have. So this comes from, is it the People's Chemist? I think it is, and it's 15 pages long. But I'll just go through the highlights for you. So many of you have been in the definitive acid alkaline food chart ask me that alkaline food list, which are the most alkaline foods. So I wanted to create a full and in-depth analysis, and yeah, you did. And it's on Facebook.com/Rohlfsen right now. You can take a look at it. Of the 7 most alkaline foods. For each food, I've given an intro nutritional counter per 1 cup, the number of free alkaline recipes I've created for this blog, an alkaline diet recipe book, and also a handful of research papers that have been published to validate the stated benefits. I hope you love this as much as I love researching and writing it. So, what are the most alkalizing foods? Spinach. Love baby spinach. It's a good thing. Good thing. And it gives you good recipes and the research. Kale, which I use as food garnish. I used to be a food art designer when I worked at a restaurant. And I was actually pretty good at it. I was complimented a lot on my designs because it's fresh fish. Cucumbers. Its water content is 95%. You won't find that anywhere else, he says. Broccoli. You getting the pattern here? Avocados, which I love. If you've ever had fresh sashimi, fresh sashimi. I can't talk today, folks. Sorry. And if you like fresh sashimi, which is raw tuna, do yourself a favor and cut an avocado in half. And you got the divot there. Put a little soy sauce in there. I know people freak out about the soy sauce. Don't worry about it. Enjoy it. It tastes just like fresh sashimi with the same consistency. But avocados are great because they have soluble fiber, which gets into those arteries and does a roto-rooter on your arteries. And celery, of course. And bell peppers, red peppers, capsicum. Man, it's like 2 pages per. And what else? I got somebody out front. But anyway, that's all I got. I hope you have a great day. This little article will be posted at facebook.com/Rohlfsen. And folks, I had a lot of fun today. And remember, who you're listening to is Don Ross. He is an artist, a guitarist, and he has his album Breakfast for Dogs, which I sincerely hope that you check out on iTunes. So, on that note, I'll see you on Monday, and have a great weekend. If you have an immune response, cherish it, embrace it, and get stronger by it. Don't be trying to drag it down with a lot of drugs. Okay, folks? Take care.